Huh? Huh? All right, come on. This guy. It's Papa Swolio. Come on, look at this face. Look at this beard. Come on. You could say it. I'm waiting.
The sun is shining.
I'll wait.
The birds are chirping. The bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
I know, you're glad I'm here, and I'm glad I'm here too. Welcome everyone to episode 398 of the Daily Mother Swole! The most muscular podcast, livecast, broadcast, facecast, beardcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex. These motherfucking things right here, the gun show, buy one, get one free, BOGO on the sick fucking gains. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to Thirsty Thursday. Welcome to Throwback Thursday. Welcome to absolutely yoked like it ain't no joke Thursday. We're going balls deep today on the Daily Swole. Hope you're ready for the knowledge nukes. Make sure you get in your bomb shelters because it is going to get radioactive up in this bitch. We're talking about rest days. Talking about rest. No, we're not talking about rest days. What are we talking about? What I say? What I say it was going to be? No, the other one. The rest during your training. Rest during your training. Let's talk about rest during the training. Let's talk about getting your fucking pump on and getting your fucking pump on right and raging in the moment. What up? Let's say hi to some of the peeps coming in. If you're in premium right now, float some hearts and tell me what you think in the comments if you liked yesterday's Swolenar. If you liked the webinar last night, did you enjoy it? Last night at 8 was the Fix Your Fitness webinar. So that was super awesome. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Rocked that out for like an hour and 20 minutes or so. So that was intense. Love the cup. Yeah, this is the, if you touch my beard, I get to touch your butt. Please touch my beard. Because if you touch my beard, I get to touch your butt. Yeah, if you love the webinar, float some love and drop some comment nukes. And like every other day, Daily Swole Club, like the broadcast, share the broadcast, and then drop an awesome comment with the hashtag Daily Swole Club so you can talk to Papa Swole. Let's talk about rest, bitches. Let's talk about rest. This is like Captain Hypocrisy here. Like, I'm talking about rest. The guy who's like up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I wake up in the middle of the night and I like pick up my phone. I start like answering messages from people in England and Australia and California. Like, I'm up at all hours. I'm amped to do this shit. I'm on absolute fire. Yes. I love the feedback from yesterday's webinar. I can't wait till next week. I'll announce next week's topic real soon. So very excited about that. It's going to build upon this last week. So it's going to be like a little rolling series. There's lots of caffeine. I'm thinking about just going IV with this shit. So today's going to be a huge day. Obviously, it's going to be a huge day. I mean, Obviously going to be a huge day. This is about rest. But let's talk about rest during your workouts. So this is a Throwback Thursday topic. I decided to poke back in the archives a little bit. I think it was like in the 100s, early 100s of the Daily Swole. I decided to bring this topic back because yesterday we were talking about Fix Your Fitness in premium, and someone asked me if it's available to watch later. It is if you're a member of my premium group. So there's a link in the description if you're interested in joining premium. You have access to the webinars forever. And that's going to be linked in and that's also for those of you that are in premium. I'm going to put that into the forum list so you can get access to that quickly, and then you can reference that really quick. When it comes to rest, we're talking during a workout. This is not rest days. Okay, that'll be another episode. We'll go back over that topic again. But this is rest during a workout. Let's talk about rest between your sets. So let's say you have exercise A. Let's just jump right into it. Exercise A and exercise B. So you're doing an exercise A and exercise B. Now, exercise B could be the same as A. I'm just saying set 1, set 2. You know what? Let's go back. Let's go back before that. So this is how much rest you're taking between sets. Let's do set A and set B. Let's go a little bit easier on that topic. Let's get a little bit more basic with it. When we're talking about rest between your sets, it comes down to as everything, and you'll see the pattern here because I'm always talking about what are your goals? What are your goals? What are you doing? Why are you doing that workout? Why are you eating that kind of food? Why are you doing this? Is that your goal? Is that something that you're trying to do? Is that something that you're looking to accomplish? It's all about your goal. So understand why you're doing your exercise. Everything should have a point. Everything should have a purpose. If you're going to the gym and just doing some shit, then you're gonna maybe get some shit. You know, you have to know what you're trying to accomplish. If you're just going to the workout, hey, I'm doing legs today. I'm gonna do, I don't know, I'll just do some legs. Then maybe you'll get some muscles on your legs or you'll work your legs. Your legs might be tired, but are you gonna be developing muscle in the way that you want to? Or you be developing strength in the way that you want to? You need to have some kind of you need to have a plan. There needs to be a purpose behind what you're doing for your leg workout. And I think you would agree with that, okay? So what's your goal? Do you have one? If you don't have one, I would highly suggest getting one. I would highly suggest getting a goal. Because if you don't have a goal, you're shooting in the dark. There's no fucking target. You need a target. Nick, that's a great question about premium. I don't want to get off topic right now. I can discuss more about that if you want to message me. But anyone else that's in premium right now, if you saw that Nick Edwards just asked a question, if you could just help him out a little bit, give him some feedback about premium of what it offers. And then Nick, you could also message me afterwards. But premium's awesome. It's the private community, but I'll let a couple other people in premium drop some comments below for you there, Nick. So what's your goal? And yesterday in the Fix Your Fitness webinar, we talked about goals. That was part of it. Because fixing your fitness has to do with fixing the approach to fitness, not just what you're doing in the gym. And when you read about exercise and what you should do to build muscle, when you read what you should do for program design, you get an answer. You know, you get an answer. You'll be like, okay, do these reps, do these sets, do these exercises in this order and do that. But it's very black and white, as if there's only one road to success, which I don't like because there are many roads. But that's not where fixing your fitness comes from. That's not the foundation. That's not going to teach you how to fish. And I use that analogy, and we've used it a couple times in here. I like to teach you how to fish. I don't want to feed you fish, right? And we've talked about that analogy before. Give a man some fish and he'll be full for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll be full for the rest of his life. And that's what's important, because your life is going to change. Your life is going to change day by day, week by week, month by month. Things are going to happen and come up. So in the moment, and yesterday when we talked about motivation, in the moment when you have those dips, when you have those things that come up into your schedule that, you know, when those balls fly at your face, when those balls just blast you in the face, you need to know how to react so you can stay on track. So you need to learn this from the bottom up. So your goal is extremely important. If you don't have one, you need one. And we talked about how to set goals. They need to be specific. You need to have an actual end date in mind. They need to be something you can actually accomplish. You know, and some of you have heard of SMART goals, and we've done an episode on SMART goals. We did that last night again. But the goal setting is very important. So if you have a target, you can aim for it. If you don't have a target, you can't aim for it. And does that make sense? It's literally, and a lot of you saw the picture on my Instagram the other day when I was at the gun range. A lot of you saw that, and you see the target. I mean, a lot of you do shooting practice and you do firearm training, and that's great. Do you understand what that target means? It gives you a point of reference. And of course, there's different types of targets. There's different things you can hit. There's different things you can aim for. But it's important to know what you're aiming for and to come as close to that as possible, because that's your intent. So it's really about your training intent. What do you intend to accomplish? What do you want? What's your point B? And then really understanding that in order to get to that point B, what do you have to do? And I'm gonna get back to the rest, but this is just part of it. What do you have to do to get to that point B? And that's where people get lost. What do you have to do to get to that point B? It's gonna be shit you don't like. It's gonna be shit that's uncomfortable. It's gonna be shit that's repetitive. And people want entertainment, like, I don't have fun during my workouts. Well, you're not supposed to have fun. That's why it's called work. Work. You're not supposed to have fun. Oh, this is boring. You know, I'm doing the same thing every time. Like, do you have any other exercise? I get bored doing the same thing. I get bored eating the same thing. Well, then you're not gonna get to point B, because a lot of times it takes repetitive, boring shit to get things done. And that's a big difference why people are successful in any realm. Whether it's firearm training, it's repetitive. It's over and over and over again. And if you don't inherently love it, it's gonna feel boring, but that's what it takes to make fucking results, practice, to get better. And the same thing with training, the same thing with nutrition. So if you want that point B at the end of your goal, you better look and see where the map leads you. Because it doesn't matter if it's a scenic journey. It's going to be the journey that takes you there. So if you want it, you fucking do it. And that's what it comes down to. You want point B, you do what it takes to get there, and shut the fuck up. And deal. Or don't do it and don't get point B. It's that simple. It's that simple. Right, fam? No unicorns and rainbows. No unicorns and rainbows. No unicorns and rainbows. You go after a rainbow, doesn't exist. Has anyone seen a unicorn except Papa Swole? Bam! No, you has not. No, you has not. You hasn't. It's not a vacation. It's work. That's why they call it workout. That's why they call it hard work. It's like, it's just, we use these cliches. You hear these cliches, you see them in fucking memes, you see them on Facebook, you see them all over the place on Instagram, but they're real. It's true. I mean, it's hard work. That is what it is, right? Let's get back to the topic. I know that was a little bit off. I almost feel like I should just change the title and go a different direction. But let's talk about rest, okay? Set A and set B, what you do between here. But this is all, right? What's your goal? And I'll put that back here. What your goal is, that's going to determine your rest periods. So for example, if you do 0 seconds rest, there's different options, right? You could do 0 seconds rest. You could do 30 seconds rest. You could do 90 seconds rest. Or you could do, I'm gonna do a big one, 5 minutes of rest. Okay? And this is all right here. Okay? Now, can you do 15 seconds of rest? Sure. Can you do 37 seconds of rest? Sure. Can you do 2 minutes of rest? Absolutely. This is just some categories to make them each sound different than the other. Okay? So I'll come over here. 0, 30, 90, and 5 minutes. What's your goal? Woo! What's your goal? Are you trying to build a lot of muscle? Or are you trying to do strength training? Are you doing more muscular endurance? How do you feel? What time, what segment of your training are you in? Are you in like a deloading phase? Are you in a maximum strength period? Are you going really hard? Are you in like more of like an intense training, part of your program? Because you have a goal. You have a goal, and your goal needs and requires one of these things at this moment. So here's a couple things that are going to happen from doing something like 0 rest. Okay, so we all know that this is between one set, and let's just use this as in terms of like the same exercise. Let's say you're doing a standard bench press or a squat. How much time between set 1 of your squat or your bench press? We'll do the same body part for today. So any exercise, a push-up, a bench press, a squat, a lunge, you do 1 set, whatever it is. And there are a lot of other variables, reps, all these things are called acute variables. And we'll start digging into these. And that's probably what's going to be something like that's a huge part of the next week's webinar is acute variables in fitness. But these things right here, you're going to be doing less, I don't want to say the arrow less weight, okay? And this is gonna be more weight. And the reason why I put that, and I'm not saying, this does not say that you're gonna build less or more muscle, but when you're doing shorter rest periods, I think you can all understand that if you do a set of bench press and wait 30 seconds and try to do the same weight, same reps, you're gonna have a very tough time. You're gonna do a very tough time repeating the same activity 2 times in a row with a shorter rest period, right? Your body needs to replenish energy. And I'm not gonna get into the physiological processes right now of regenerating ATP. I can do that on another episode. I've done that here before. I've done that in premium. But you're gonna have a shorter rest period. You're gonna have less time. Your body is gonna have less time to regenerate energy. And your body will regenerate the fuel. It will use sugar. It will use creatine in the body in order to recreate the molecule that allows for energy to be released, that allows for muscles to contract. That's what happens. That's why the longer you rest, the stronger you will feel. So if you do a set and then you rest 90 seconds, or let's say you rest 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you're gonna feel like a new man or woman. You're gonna feel 100% like, wow, I feel great. And then you're gonna crush the same weight for the same amount of reps, maybe a little bit more because you're a little bit more warmed up. If this is your second set, you got more blood locally in the muscles in the area, your neurons are firing, your coordination's amped up and turned on. And when you look at 3 to 5 minutes, the longer you rest, the higher a percentage towards 100% will you replenish your energy stores. So when you get more about 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you're more towards a full tank. This is why powerlifters and like max strength, when they do these competitions, that's why they wait so long between attempts. Of course, there's other people that have to go and lift in between when they compete, but when they do their training, most often it's 4 or 5 minutes or more in between their maximum repetitions, because it takes that long for your body to regenerate the energy required for that maximum effort attempt. That's why those heavy strength competition stuff and people that train, they don't do like 30 seconds of rest. Now there's a fine line. It depends on your sets, depends on your experience, depends on what you're doing, because you could still build muscle and do 0 rest for certain sets, but we're talking about overall. So your body is going to adapt based on pattern. Chronic and the goal. So in an individual workout, you can change your rest. You could change what exercise you do. You could change your rest periods, change how many sets you do in a specific workout. Now, just one workout, like let's say I go to the gym today and I go max. And I'm like, I want to do 2 or 3 reps per set. I want to go super fucking heavy. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be super strong. My body's not going to look completely different. It's not going to make that much of a difference in one workout. Now, if I did that every time I trained for weeks and weeks and weeks, I will develop strength properties. I will develop more strength based on what I'm doing in that individual workout, but chronically over a longer period of time. So you have things you can change in the moment, day to day, but what you do every day over and over and over again, like coats of paint, is going to lead to that chronic adaptation, muscle growth, muscle endurance, flexibility, mobility. That's why repetition, that's why consistency, that's why all that's important, because you're training your body to need to adapt to that. You just do some random shit one day, your body's like, holy fuck, what was that? And go on with its life. You do that kind of thing 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, your body's like, holy shit, that was messed up. Holy shit, it happened again. Oh my God, I gotta get a little bit, hold on, whoa, it happened again? Jeez, this is really painful. I need to grow and develop in order to handle this because it's happening all the fucking time. So your body starts to adapt to protect itself against the stress. So that's why your body is an adaptation machine. It's defensive. And you might build muscle, but that's a defense mechanism. Okay? You build muscle endurance, that's a defense mechanism. So your chronic, what you do, so whatever you do on a daily, so generally 30 to 90 seconds. 30 to 60, 30 to 90 is best for, depending on your intensity, depending on your volume, is more ideal for hypertrophy, for muscle building. muscle building. Zero rest or minimal, so if we say 0 seconds or minimal, close, 0, 15, 30 seconds is really not that much at all. But that's like the 30 seconds is like the bottom, bottom area, like the freaking, the gray area between like these two things. Is more endurance. And this will be more max strength training. I don't really want to say max. I just want to say strength. Ah, damn it. Try. You're on point. Your brain is working at 100% efficiency when you go to write the letter S and you write the letter M. Like, not even close. Not even close. Even if I was doing a sigma, it's just like, I don't speak Greek. Motherfuckers. Endurance, hypertrophy, and strength. General. So if you do supersets all the time, set, never stopping, you're gonna build a lot more endurance. Your type 2 fibers, your fast twitch, are gonna act more like type 1. You're gonna create more properties for muscular endurance and longevity of muscle force output, but you're gonna be building a lot less strength because you can't produce as much strength because you're not allowing your ATP to replenish between sets. Boom, 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 boom. Hypertrophy, muscle building, 30 seconds, 90 seconds. You are in more of a range where you can have a combination of strength, short rest, and get the most development and get the most what's called hyperplasia, get the most transient hypertrophy and get that pump for hypertrophy, for muscle growth. Now this is based on it's science. It's science. It doesn't mean that you can't do supersets with no rest for a while and build muscle. It doesn't mean that. Everyone's different. But hypertrophy is the best blend between type 1 and type 2 fiber activation. It's going to increase the most stimulation in order to trigger the body to increase the size and the cross-sectional area of the muscle fiber. You don't increase how many fibers you have, you increase the size of the ones that you do. So your hypertrophy, and when I said, I think hyperplasia, I think is increasing the number of fibers. What I meant was the saturation of blood, like that transient hypertrophy, not splitting or increasing the number of fibers, because that doesn't really happen in humans. So scratch, I have to check and see if that's what I said, because I was thinking about something else. So if I said that, that's not correct. Your body does not produce more fibers, it will increase the size of the ones it has. So hypertrophy, this is what's going to stimulate more hypertrophy, muscle growth, cross-sectional diameter and area of the muscle fiber. And 5 minutes of rest, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, somewhere around here. A little bit less than that. It doesn't take 5 minutes to replenish 100%, probably 3 minutes or so. That's more strength training because you have more of your energy, more of your gas tank filled up to the top, and you will build or be able to output more of your maximum effort. And that's where it comes into play. So when it comes to your sets, when it comes to your training, when it comes to your rest in a workout, I want you to first remember, once we sign off here, I want you to think about what your goal is. I want you to think about what your goal is and then think about what you're doing. So for example, those of you that are watching that do my program, the 90-day dash, you can manipulate it in different ways. You can cut down the rest times. It allows you to manipulate your rest periods to focus more on your goal. Certain areas of the workout of the program are better with shorter rest, and some of them are better with longer rest. But how short a rest and how long a rest depends on what your goal is. So whatever training you choose to do, whatever training you're doing right now, make sure you understand what your goal is, and then with your workout, focus on the rest periods today. Get a watch, use your cell phone, use something in order to gauge and to track how much rest you're actually putting yourself through. Because most often, if you just sit there until you feel like hitting another set, you don't realize it, but you're more towards 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes between sets. So when you start timing 30 seconds, 60 seconds, it feels like nothing. So what you're likely doing is either going too heavy and resting too long. Not only are you wasting time in the gym, but you're also not maximizing your physiological structure for hypertrophy. So most of you that are watching this, men and women alike, you want to burn fat, you want to lose weight, you want to build muscle. That means you all want this. You want to build muscle if you're trying to lose fat, you want to build muscle. If you're trying to build muscle, you want to build muscle. So you want to gain weight or you want to lose body fat, you still want to develop lean tissue. That way your metabolism increases and you can burn more fat throughout the entire day. So it's going to be less rest. I want you to do this. Your homework is to gauge, where's my eraser? Your homework today, and what I want you to do right now in the comments, if you haven't already, I want you to write down how long you rest between sets. If you know how long you rest right now between sets. So homework, or the question of the day, how long do you rest between sets? How long do you rest between sets? Thank you so much for joining me for episode 398 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular live cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex. Well, these fucking things right here. The gun show. We all flex our biceps. Thanks for staying in your shelter. I know it's hot down there. I know it's the summer, but you saved you and your family's life, and that's what's important. Save the ones you love. Thanks for avoiding the radiation, the knowledge nukes today, and thank you for going balls deep with me on rest for episode 398 tomorrow. I will see you for 399, obviously, because it's fucking 12 noon Eastern time. And guess what? Papa Swolio goes live at 12 noon Eastern time. Every day, right here on Facebook. You can watch them all on YouTube. If you want to search, just type in Swolenormous and any keyword right after on YouTube, Swolenormous and then keyword, and it's going to pull up the episodes. Trust me, it's an amazing library resource for every episode. Got over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Check it out. And also, every episode is a podcast, so you can bang your ear holes with nukes every day. SoundCloud and iTunes. You can check it out. So Apple, Android, SoundCloud's great, iTunes is great. Oh, and if you check out the podcast, even if you don't, I'm gonna be doing some snaps about this and some IG stories. Leave me a review. Whether it's a good review or a bad review, drop me a review on iTunes. Drop me a review if you can. I really, really appreciate it. Even if you don't use iTunes and you listen on SoundCloud, please go on iTunes, drop me a review. I really appreciate your feedback and support on that, but definitely your input. Rate the stars, drop a couple comments, but that's very much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining the webinar. Those of you that are in premium, if you want to join my private Fit Fam, my private community, it's fucking fire. The link is in the description right here of this post. If you have any questions, you can message me, and I will see everyone for Daily Swole Club after Swole Party for a few minutes on Instagram stories right now. Remember, follow me on Snapchat. Follow me every day for my little vlogging on Instagram stories at Swolenormous. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. I'll see everyone tomorrow, and I'll see you in a few minutes on the After Swole Party on Instagram. Peace out.